Good afternoon. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. This is day 18 of the garden produce recipes. And guess what I'm starting out with? Zucchini again. I don't know, there's a lot of recipes for zucchini, and I think that's just simply because people have so much zucchini once it starts to produce that they need a way to use it up, and so they're coming up with these recipes, or they're checking out these recipes. Anyway, this one I'll be doing later on this year. It's zucchini bread jam, and it's just like zucchini bread, except it's in a jam. All your ingredients are made into a jam. You have your zucchini, apple juice, sugar gel, raisins, lemon juice, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and you put those all together in a saucepan, a big pan. Stir it all up, bring it to a full rolling boil, and a full rolling boil means that it's a boil that you can't stir down with your spoon. It just keeps on going and going and going. Then you add your sugar, and you bring it to another full rolling boil, and you stir it constantly, and when it boils for 1 minute, then you take it off the stove, and you lay it all into your jars. Then you water bath it for 15 minutes. That's that one, zucchini bread jam. Next one is cucumber tomato salad. You know, I've given you a lot of recipes for your cucumbers, tomatoes and so forth. Each of them have just maybe one or two little different things about it. This one uses the Italian dressing, and you add sugar to it. And you combine all those ingredients and you refrigerate it for at least an hour, and then you use a slotted spoon when serving. I'm assuming you use the slotted spoon so that the dressing doesn't go all over your plate. And after it's refrigerated, it will meld all those flavors together. But my question is, can I add more cucumbers and tomatoes to it once we've served it and using the same dressing? I don't see why we can't, as long as it's been refrigerated and it has been refrigerated. I would assume, and every time I assume something, I get into trouble. But I would assume that if we had this dressing and it was still good, it hadn't been all on the counter or so forth and so forth to make it unsanitary, I would assume we'd be able to just add some more cucumbers and tomatoes to it and just keep going until we don't have any dressing left. Anyway, I'm going to try it at least one time, and we'll find out what happens, okay? Next one we've got is Kosher Pickle. This is another little different one. Kosher deal. You know, there is a difference with it. I can't tell you what it is. But anyway, another deal. It's another pickle recipe. This one has pickling spices in it, and you can buy pickling spices at your stores. Okay, there's your kosher pickles. It's another cucumber recipe, and I really don't think we can have too many pickle recipes. Some of them we use, some of them we don't. Some of them I use every year, and some of them I just make once or twice. I only make every other year or something like that. I don't make them every year. Okay, this is one I just don't make every year. I just make it when I feel like it. Okay, and it's not every year, basically. Okay, my next one is elderberry jelly. I don't know where you can get elderberries around here, around my area, but it must be somewhere, because this came from my recipe, my Charlotte recipe. Remember that I gave you lots of recipes for the other one day last week. Anyway, it came from her book. And so, elderberry jelly. There's another jelly recipe. It's a simple one again. And yeah, I gotta find out where I can find some elderberry juice. Maybe they just sell elderberry juice somewhere. I'll have to start doing some research on that, see if I can find some. Elderberry is a very good immune system. Food. I don't know if you call it a herb. I don't know. It's a berry, but it's something that's good for you. Very good for you, especially in the winter and in the cold season. And that reminds me, I have something called that. I forget what it's called. Firepower or something like that. Anyway, it's a strong thing that you take. You're going to have to start. I'm going to have to get that recipe out pretty fast because you have to start it and then you have to let it set for, I think, 6 weeks or something like that. Then you take some every day and it builds up your immune system. And with the problems we have, health problems we have going on in this country again, all of us need to build up our immune system. The next one is squash puffs. This is a little bit later. We haven't got our acorn squash yet. Maybe some of you do, but we don't. Got self-rising flour and self-rising cornmeal. Self-rising flour you can make yourself, but I don't believe you can make self-rising cornmeal. So that will have to be bought. And maybe, in fact, it's probably something that you should have on your pantry shelf. The self-rising one, because I know there are recipes that use self-rising cornmeal. Next one, here we go again. There is zucchini Parmesan fritters. I won't be making these today, but I will be making them sometime this week. Because like I said, I got zucchini to use up, and I'm looking for all different kinds of recipes. This one sounds like it's good, and it doesn't sound like it's that complicated. So, yeah, that's the one I will probably be using tomorrow night. I get my meals to go, Wheels on Meals. I get those over noon, at my noon in my apartment complex, and I don't always get them, but I do a lot of times, and so I've been getting those meals at noon, and so it's just I need something for supper. And so I'll probably have zucchini Parmesan fritters and ham tomorrow for my supper. That's it for today. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Take care and be safe.